Just imagine night has fallen, and the city of Troy is abuzz with victory celebrations. The Greek army appears to have abandoned the battlefield. All that remains is a giant wooden horse. The Trojans eagerly and excitedly bring this gift into the city. Celebrations, songs, festivities. No one in the midst of this chaos even notices the deathly silence hidden within that wooden structure. Why did the Trojan War begin? The Trojan War, an epic war that has been recounted for centuries and has been the subject of songs, books, and films. But let's stop and think, why did this war break out? What was behind this great destruction that lasted 10 years, claimed the lives of thousands of people, and razed a city to the ground? The mythological part of the story is, in essence, a duel between gods. According to legend, during a wedding, the goddess Eris leaves a golden apple. On it is written only, "To the fairest." A storm erupts among the goddesses. Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite all claim that they deserve this apple. The Trojan prince Paris is chosen to make the decision, and this turns into much more than a beauty contest. The goddesses make promises to win Paris over. Aphrodite offers him Helen, the most beautiful woman in the world. Paris gives the apple to Aphrodite, but there is a problem. Helen is the wife of Menelaus, king of Sparta. Paris takes Helen and brings her to Troy, and at that moment, the mythological spark turns into a great fire. Menelaus goes mad with rage and rallies all the Greek city-states for revenge. But this is not just a love story. Historians say that the truth may be a little different. Troy was located in a very important geographical position. It controlled the trade routes between the Aegean and the Black Sea. A city in such a strategic location would naturally arouse the appetite of many states. So, perhaps behind the war lay not love, but a struggle for power, trade, and domination. Perhaps the legends merely embellished the events, or perhaps they were written to conceal the truth. But one thing is certain, somehow, this war began, and when it ended, Troy had been erased from the map. The background of the Trojan Horse plan. The Trojan War lasted 4 years, with the Greek armies trying to capture the city for almost a decade, but to no avail. The city resisted with its high walls and brave warriors. Every attack failed, hopes faded, but no one gave up. It was in the midst of this hopelessness that Odysseus, one of the most intelligent commanders of the Greeks, stepped in. He showed that war could be fought not only with force, but also with intelligence. Odysseus came up with a bold and unusual plan to build a large wooden horse. But this was no ordinary gift. A small group of the bravest soldiers would be hidden inside it. What was the goal? To deceive the Trojans, create the impression that the Greeks have given up and retreated, and enable these secret troops to quietly open the city gates at night? This plan required both intelligence and courage. Because being inside the horse meant waiting for hours without moving, struggling to breathe, and in complete silence. One wrong move, one sound, could ruin everything. However, there was another problem. The Trojans greeted the horse with suspicion. Nevertheless, the vision of a great victory led them to decide to bring this massive wooden gift into the city. And thus, one of history's most famous deceptions began. What happened inside the Trojan horse? Now we come to the most challenging part. What did the soldiers hidden inside the Trojan horse experience? While the great battle and celebrations continued outside, they were stuck inside that dark, cramped wooden horse for hours, maybe even days. Just imagine, there is not even a meter of space around you, and the space to breathe is extremely limited. No air, no sound, no movement. The risk of being caught or discovered at any moment. If someone accidentally sneezed or coughed, they could all be exposed, and the plan could be ruined. But were the challenges only physical? No, the psychological pressure was far greater. You are in the midst of the most critical mission, eyes on the outside, doors waiting to open. Every second, your heartbeat accelerates, and the only thought in your mind is the fear of what if we get caught. The sounds of celebration and songs you hear outside are like a nightmare for you. The silence inside the horse was, in fact, the silence of death. Waiting, holding your breath, was perhaps harder than fighting to survive. Those soldiers were history's bravest, most patient, and most secret heroes. We know that this plan was brought to life with intelligence and great sacrifice. And finally, the wooden horse emerged from the gate, and the fate of Troy changed. The attack and the fall of the city. Everything is silent in the darkness of the night. The soldiers inside the horse hold their breath, waiting for the moment to emerge. Outside, the Trojans are busy celebrating, unaware of the real threat. And then the moment comes. The horse's doors open, and the soldiers quietly slip out. Secret troops open the city gates, and the Greek army waiting outside rushes in. Chaos ensues. The streets of Troy are ablaze with fire, and the people panic. After years of siege, suffering, and struggle, destruction takes its place. The once magnificent city is erased from the pages of history. This is not merely the end of a war. It marks the close of an era, the end of a civilization. And all of this is made possible by a few brave men hiding inside a wooden horse. Did it really happen? So, did all these epic stories really happen? Was the Trojan Horse, that great war, and what happened that night real? Or are they just legends? These events, recounted by the ancient Greek poet Homer, have been passed down for centuries. But archaeology has begun to reveal other sides of the story. In the 19th century, Heinrich Schliemann discovered the remains of a great city in Anatolia and declared it to be ancient Troy. Excavations revealed traces of war and the ruins of city walls. But there are many unanswered questions. Some say the Trojan Horse is just a legend, while others believe it really happened. But the stories were exaggerated. The hiding of soldiers inside the horse, the 10-year siege, and the subsequent destruction of the city. We are at a point where history and legend intertwine. Is it real? Is it a legend? Or is it a mixture of both? We don't know for sure, but one thing is certain. The Trojan War continues to live on as one of the most compelling stories throughout history, showing people how victory can be achieved through courage, intelligence, and strategy. So, there you have it, friends. What happened inside the Trojan Horse, the background to the war, and the legends that have been told throughout history. I hope this video has given you a new perspective on the Trojan War, beyond what you already knew. Do you think the Trojan Horse was a real strategy, or just a legend? Or what do you think the fear and patience experienced by the soldiers inside must have been like? Don't forget to share your thoughts, theories, and other historical topics you're curious about in the comments. If you liked the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next videos, and I wish you history-filled days.